What's going on, team? What's going on, team? Test, 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 test. Perfect, I hear myself. What's going on, team? Welcome to this morning's live trading session for February the 4th, 2025. We'll give everybody another 2 minutes. We'll give everybody till 7:35 here, and then we'll get started. As always, again, the pairs we're gonna be going over for today are the ones with the red flags. First thing we're gonna go over is ADR, STP. We're gonna look at every pair real quick, just glance at them before taking any trades. And we're gonna look at whether or not price has already given us STP or ADR. So, we'll give everybody 2 minutes before we get started. Shit, my bad. I was still on the intro scene. What's going on, team? I don't even know if you guys heard me. To repeat what I said, I'll give everybody till 7:35 to join, and then we're gonna go over each pair that we have with the red flag next to their name, starting off with AU, finishing off with US oil. We're gonna go through each and every pair, see if ADR or STP has already been hit before looking for any entries, before looking for any potential entries. Again, the pairs that already hit ADR, the pairs that already hit STP, those are gonna be the pairs that we're just gonna turn off. We're not gonna focus on them for today, and then we'll see if any other pair has anything left. So, if you guys have any questions, any pairs you guys want me to go over, anything you guys are looking at, let me know and I'll go over those pairs. If not, we'll real quick just go through these pairs. We'll look at SCP, we'll look at ADR, and then we'll go on from there. So let's get started. So with AU, we could already see STP, right? Let's calculate STP real quick. I haven't updated this week just yet, right? So ADR for AU is 64 pips, right? STP, which is the safe take profit, is 42 pips. Right, and we can see that price already gave us 62 pips for the day. So AU is already done with, right? I'm not going to be looking at AU. EA, 103 pips is ADR. STP is 69. Right, and we gave 80 pips already. So EA, we're not going to be looking at EA just yet. EA's in a good spot though. Would love for EA to start moving, start giving us confirmations, right? Whether it's an engulfing candle, whether it's a lower time frame, right? 30-minute or 5-minute change of character, break of structure. Would love to start seeing some type of movement on EA this week. Let's take a look at the other time frames. We had a nice hour engulfing candle that was printed during the end of Asia going into London, right? But again, the fact that that engulfing candle is a bullish engulfing candle when price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs. I don't know why that line is there, right? We had lower low, lower high, lower low, right? Then price gave us a higher high change of character, and then price gave us a lower low change of character. So we're trading between this low and this high, right? Real quick, we know that in V2 we're looking for price to bounce off the 50. We're right on that. We'd love to see a little bit of a steeper pullback in the daily time frame, right? The full hour we're don't really have any confirmations here, right? We just had a little zone of consolidation. Price came back, gave us a little type 3 pattern, right? As you guys could see, price did give us a little type 3 pattern, right? This is where we want to start seeing that change of character, break of structure happen in the lower time frames and the 30-minute time frame. Could we get an aggressive entry here on the 1 hour? Yes, we can, but it's going to be very low probability, right? Could price still go lower? As you can see, even in the 30-minute time frame, we had a nice little engulfing candle, right? Now, let's go down to the lower time frame so you guys can see, right? The 5-minute also had an engulfing candle, or the 15-minute, sorry. The 5-minute also has an engulfing candle, right? So if we even look at the lower time frame, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high change of character, higher low, but this higher high that we have is not a valid break of structure. So because of that, this is the reason why I'm not really looking to take any trades on EA just yet, right? On EA, I want to see that clean, that crystal clear break of structure, right? In the 1 minute, we have a change of character, we have a valid break of structure, and price came all the way down to tap that low. But again, I want to wait for that 30-minute shift. That 30-minute shift will tell us everything that we need to know. take a look at this one more time, guys. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Could we look for a potential trade on EA to continue that push to the top side? I like that price is still respecting the 800 EMA, right? I like that we're still testing the 800 EMA. We still don't have a valid break of it, right? The first red candle, nothing closed below, right? We have a 1 hour engulfing, we have a 30-minute engulfing, we have a 15-minute engulfing, right? We're a little too late to the party, but this will be a right 20 pip stop loss. It's not that good of a trade at this point. Again, could we take an aggressive trade? We'll keep an eye on EA. We'll definitely keep an eye on EA. Right, I want to see a little bit more of an anchor. I want to see a little bit more inducements. I don't like that price gave us an exhaustion candle. That's also another confirmation that I'm looking for. If price would have given us an exhaustion candle, a bearish exhaustion candle going short, then I would have felt a little bit more comfortable even taking this trade. Right, because if we would have entered here, we would have been in drawdown just a little bit. Our stop loss almost would have been tapped. Right, but EA will keep an eye on it. Right, 69 pips is STP. We already did 79, so again, this is going to be one where I'm going to keep a close eye on it, but I'm not going to be super active trading it since STP has already been hit. Right, we still have this gap on EU. 89 pips is ADR. STP is 59. Right, 59 pips, and we already did 79. So I'm going to turn off EU. Right, EU is another one where I want to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. So even if I missed a trade today, if for the rest of the week we continue to make higher highs and higher lows, this is exactly what I want to see, right? We have 3 weeks of rise. On the third week, it was a rise drop. Could we expect price to give us a fourth week variation? Yes, but again, that gap resets the trend, right? The gap that we had last week resets the trend. So technically speaking, this third week variation might not work out, right? So we want to keep that in mind, right? Same thing we talked about yesterday during the isolation session, right? Would have loved for price to given us a steeper pullback. That's all good. We'll keep an eye on EU as well. I'm actually going to keep this one on for a little bit. Do we have any engulfing candles besides that one in the 30? Nothing in the daily, or nothing in the 4, nothing in the 1, nothing in the daily, nothing in the 30. Right, the only engulfing candle that we have in the 30-minute is this one at the lows. Nothing else here. So we're gonna keep an eye on EU. ECAD yesterday. Why do I have this one off? Let's take a look at ECAD. Where are we? Right, we're in V1 horizontal consolidation. We still have that gap at the bottom. We don't have any continuations in the daily. In the 4 hours, same thing as EU. Right, we had a third week variation that price already tapped into and then started going down. This is another pair that has a gap in the market, reset the trend. Right, we have an hour engulfing candle that price tapped into. Right, but we could see that this is still in drawdown. And again, if we would have gotten into this trade, we would be in drawdown right now. And price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs. So I'm gonna wait for price to start giving us higher highs and higher lows before taking a trade. And we also have a bearish engulfing candle here at the same spot. So ECAD for right now, gonna take a step back from ECAD. Right, I don't like how structure is lining up at this point. For G8, ADR is 115 pips. STP is 77. Right, and we already did, let's take a look. We already did 110 pips. So GA, I'm going to turn that off. GCAD, ADR is 132 pips. STP is 88. And we did 75 pips. So this one still hasn't given us STP. So let's take a look at where we're at with GCAD. Right, GCAD, we know that we're right now in the highest point in our level 2 push. Right, we're pretty much in a higher high. I would love to see price give us a pullback to make a higher low before continuing. This is another situation where we have 2 weeks of rise, this week being the third week. Price gave us that third week high, but price opened with a gap this week. Very similar to a lot of these pairs, resets the trend. Right, so technically speaking, again, I'm not really expecting another push to the top side. I'm not expecting price to continue. And you can see that price was giving us higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price went down and gave us a lower low, change of character. Right, so this is one where I'm going to turn off. I'm not going to be interested in trading GCAD for right now. GJ 180 pips is ADR. STP is 120 pips. Right, and we already given 140 pips. So GJ gonna turn it off. GU 111 pips is ADR. STP is 74 pips. Right, and we have gotten 74 pips already for ADR, or for STP. We already did 74 pips, so let's take a look again. I want to go to the daily time frame. We know we're still sitting in this weekly engulfing candle. No engulfing candles in the daily. No engulfing candles in the 4 hour. No continuations on the 4 hour either. On the 1 hour time frame, no engulfing candles either. On the 30-minute time frame, no engulfing candles. Price is just kind of consolidating here in this area. What I do like about GU is the crossings of the EMAs that are happening in the 30-minute time frame. Right? But nothing else. The daily is still down. The 4 is still just consolidating. Right? And the 30-minute and the 1 hour are finally crossing above. So again, even if we miss this trade today, this could be a good trade to start lining up for the rest of the week and possibly for the rest of the month. Right, in the 5-minute time frame, we have higher high, higher low, higher high, change of character, lower low, and we're trading between this high and this low. So even before I even start taking a trade, I want to see the shift. I want to see the change. I want to see the break of structure. I want to start seeing higher highs and higher lows. Right, so GU, I'm going to turn this one off already. What's good, Mr. Albert? Good morning, my brother. Great rising, great rising. Damn, US 30 already hit STP as well. We already did 475 pips. ADR is 521. STP is 349, and we already did 475. So, not going to be trading US 30 for now. Right? I do like US 30 though. Right? We understand that US 30 is one of those pairs very similar to yesterday. Right? We talked about this during Sunday's weekly market breakdown. Right, US 30 could move overnight, but we know that at 9:30, from 8:30 to 9:30, or from 8:30 to 9:45, US 30 is going to move. Right, so could we have another aggressive trade the same way we did yesterday? Yes. Now, I would have loved to have seen this trade today if price wouldn't have filled the gap from yesterday, but the fact that price already filled the gap from yesterday, I just would rather take a step back. Right, would rather just take a step back, understand that we're still trading lower low, lower high, lower low. Could this be a lower high for price continue into a lower low? 100%. Right, so again, before I start trading US 30 again, I want to start seeing the shift in the higher time frame now. Right, the trade that we took yesterday was straight a lower low going into a lower high. So right now, just going to take a step back. Right, once we start seeing higher highs and higher lows again, that's when I'll start trading. If price decides to go short and give us a break of structure after the change of character, then we'll start looking for shorts again, going back down to the bottom the same way we did here. We also don't have any engulfing candles, right? So this is going to be another pair where I'm going to turn this one off and just go to the next one that looks better. USD CAD 139 pips is ADR. STP is at 93 pips. Right, and we already gave, price already gave us 116 pips. Right, so USD CAD gonna turn this one off. USD ZAR 227 pips is ADR. 152 is STP. And price gave us 154 pips already. So USD ZAR, I'm going to turn this one off. And again, USD ZAR is one of those pairs. Yes, even though we're in an overall market makers pattern uptrend, we still have this gap at the bottom of the market. So I'm still going to be patient with USD ZAR. Would love for price to go down and fill that gap up before we start taking any trades. Right, no engulfing candles for now. Still just sitting in the same spot we were in yesterday pretty much. Gold, 317 pips is ADR. STP is 212. And we have done 173 pips, so gold is still good, right? Gold, we haven't hit STP just yet. So let's take a look at the higher time frame, see if we have any engulfing candles, any continuations. Nothing in the daily, we're still just pushing up, making higher highs and higher lows. In the 4-hour time frame, no engulfing candles again, just still making higher highs and higher lows. On the 1-hour time frame, no engulfing candles, but again we could still see higher highs and higher lows. And on the 30-minute time frame, we know we're in peak high, we're looking for price to bounce off the 50 EMA. That's exactly what we're doing. Instead of getting a steep pullback, this is just a 23.6 with 38.2 fib retracement. And if you guys don't believe me, we could just add a line here. We could add our fib level so you guys can see. Right? We got a 23.6, 38.2 fib retracement. Right? So this is where we want to start seeing an engulfing candle in the lower time frames. This is where we want to start seeing the lower time frame, higher highs and higher lows. Right? So let's look at that real quick. So in the 5-minute, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, boom, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Right? So we're still trading between the same 5-minute high and 5-minute low that we are in the 30-minute time frame. We go down to the 1-minute. Since gold is such a big pair, let's see if anything looks a little different. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. No, nothing different in the 1-minute. We're still trading between higher high and higher low. So this is going to be one of those pairs where we just got to be patient. Right, really wait for price. If you took a trade on the 38.2, then you know that was a pretty good entry to continue that push to the top side. However, right now at this moment, price is just kind of moving sideways. Right, so this is not going to be a pair where, as of right now, I'm not really going to be looking for any entries. We'll wait till 9:30. So gold, I'll keep it on. Bitcoin, very similar. Excuse me. Very similar to US 30. You look at structures, very similar. Right, so we already see STP already for Bitcoin has been hit. 461 pips is ADR. STP is 308 pips, and we already made 389. So Bitcoin's going to turn this one off. And then the last pair on our list, oil. Right, oil is 208 pips. STP is 139. Right, and we already got 97 pips. So we still have a little bit to go. However, look at the structure that we're trading in. We're still making lower lows and lower highs, which is good. We want to see shorts on oil, but we're trading at the lower low. So right now in the engulfing candles, we have a little 4-hour engulfing candles. Nothing in the daily. Right, we have a 4-hour engulfing candle. I would have loved for price to have given us a pullback and then continue this downtrend push, but price just melted as soon as the market opened. Right. No engulfing candles in the 1-hour. In the 30-minute, do we have anything new? No. Then we have that 15-minute engulfing candle at the top side. So this is definitely a pair. Again, I want to keep a close eye on it, but as of right now, again, we know we're trading lower low, lower high, lower low, boom, higher high, and then price gave us a change of character, lower low. So let's mark this as a change of character. Change this to red so we know it's bearish. Right, and we know we're still trading between this 30-minute high and whatever 30-minute low is set. We still don't have a set low just yet. So again, pretty much every single pair for today already gave us our moves. Right, every single pair already gave us STP. You know, this pair with EA, yes, we're still sitting here at this 30-minute engulfing candle. We're still sitting at a 1-hour engulfing candle. Right, we're still sitting on a 15-minute engulfing candle. But again, the fact that price is still making lower lows and lower highs is the only thing that's pretty much getting this pair to not be the best looking pair, right? Also what STP, we already did 78, 79 pips out of the 69. So EA is going to be one of those pairs where, again, let's say we missed a trade today, it's all good, right? I'd rather miss a trade today and then catch what we 100% know that we're going to be able to catch with more confirmations for the rest of the week. EU is pretty much similar, right? EU already gave us STP for the day. Would have loved for price to give us a steeper pullback, but this is most likely going to be a pullback that we're going to get later on in the week. But we also have that gap at the top of the market that I would love for price to already start filling. So whatever the case is with EU, we'll continue to trade EU. EU and GU are very similar. We're still trading between lower low and lower high, so I don't want to get trapped into thinking that price is going to continue to go up when price is still giving us lower lows and lower highs, right? Because could price just give us a lower high somewhere in this area and then go right back down? Absolutely. So I don't want to get trapped into thinking that I'm going to get into a buy position up here, right? To think that price is going to continue to go up, but when price is technically, right, and obviously it's still making lower lows and lower highs. So I'm not going to be forcing any trades here on EU just yet, right? We're going to give it a little bit. I'll give it till tomorrow. We'll look at it tonight during the isolation session. We'll see what price wants to do, and then we'll give a better analysis going into tomorrow. So really the only other pair that's left for the day, guys, is gold, right? Gold is the only pair for today that hasn't given us gold and oil, but oil is at a lower low already. So unless we could get a nice pullback, which I don't think we'll get that today, the only pairs that we really have left on our table is gold, right? We'll continue to look at oil, like I said, since we still haven't got an STP for the day. But oil is one of those situations I would love for price to give us a steeper pullback, right back to the top side before entering any trades. We don't have any continuations either on the 4-hour time frame, so definitely want to just be a little patient with oil. And then EA, I'll keep this one on to go back and forth so you guys could see exactly what I mean about high probability engulfing candles, or just in general high probability trade versus low probability trades, right? So this trade here on EU is low probability, right? Even though it has a 30-minute engulfing, even though we have a 1-hour engulfing, even though we have a 15-minute engulfing, right? Price is still against the trend. We're still making lower lows and lower highs, right? So again, it's just very similar with every other strategy that you may use or that you may see in the market, right? What makes a double bottom a valid double bottom? What makes a valid double top a valid double top, right? What makes an order block a valid order block, right? So all these things, all these rules really go together, right? If you can't read market structure, then you won't be able to tell what's high probability versus low probability, right? So with that being said, again, EA, I'm going to keep this one on just so we could go back to it, so we could see exactly how price ended up moving towards the end of our session. But we're going to keep a close eye on gold, right? Gold is the only pair again for today that hasn't given us STP or ADR just yet, but price has just been consolidating, so we might not even be able to get that trade on gold. Now with all the other pairs like US 30, again, could US 30 give us a move during the 9:30 open? 100%, right? 9:30 open on US 30, we know we're going to get another move. But right now we don't have any engulfing candles, we don't have any entries, right? We have gaps in the market that reset the trend, so could price just continue to make higher highs and higher lows? 100%, right? So want to be just a little patient with US 30 before taking any other trades. Again, I don't want to get trapped into another buy position, right? When obviously we're making lower lows and lower highs for right now. So just gonna be a little patient, not gonna force any trades. However, let's look at the 5-minute and see if we can see the same thing from yesterday. So we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, change of character, lower low, right? And we know that we're trading between the 5-minute low and the 5-minute high. So right now we don't have any continuations. We have this gap in the 5-minute time frame here, this gap at the bottom of the market. So we're going to be just a little patient, guys, just a little patient. I'm not going to force any trades on US 30 for right now. Right, I like that right now the EMAs are still below each other, so this could still be very easily a downtrend push that we're going to get on US 30. Do you often use alerts? Not really, to be honest with you, cause you know, if I'm not on the charts, I'm just not trading. So that's the reason why I don't really use alerts. Um, you know, and then 9 out of 10 times, let's say my alert goes off during Asia session or London session. If it goes off anywhere between midnight and 4 in the morning, I'm most likely not even going to hear the alert because I'm sleeping. So I don't really use them. Now unless I'm trading an NY session and there's like 4 or 5 pairs that we're looking at, um, you know, and then I'll use the alert so I could go back and forth to make sure that I don't miss the entry that we're looking at. But it's very rare. I mean, I don't really use them that much. But you know, you could use if you like using the alerts, you know, and you have the time for it and stuff like that, you know, especially when you have the engulfing candles, right? You could put an alert right above the engulfing candle entry so you know that price is reaching your level, your point of interest. So there's really nothing wrong with using alerts. I know E uses alerts very often, but I just never really use them like that, so I don't really use them. But it's definitely a great tool to use, especially you know for the patient traders. You know, especially for us since we have the engulfing zones, the engulfing candles. You know, you could use that alert, especially if you're away from your computer or whatever the case is. You know, you already know, oh, price tapped into your zone, your alert goes off, and you already know that you're getting ready to take a trade. But again, I don't really use them because again, if I'm not on my charts, I'm not taking a trade. So it's just as soon as I wake up, right, I'm on my charts. So I look at my charts from 6 to 10 a.m., 6 to 10:30. If I'm not on my charts, I'm just not trading. So very rare for me to use the alerts. I do use them. I have used them, but not often. I can't say that it's often. Right? So again, right now, you know, we'll take a look at the charts. Not really looking at anything for today, to be honest with you guys. Once again, you know, if we would have taken this trade on EA, we would already be in drawdown. So, um, we'll just go back and forth. We'll see what gold wants to do. We'll see what oil wants to do. Again, we're already trading at a lower low, so we don't really have any clear positions to really take a trade on oil. Um, but again, we'll just continue to monitor these pairs and we'll see what we could get for the day. Um, we'll just be patient. Any questions, guys? Any pairs you guys are looking at specifically? Anything you guys want me to go over? Let me know. Mm, that's not good. What are we thinking the wordle was for today? Mm, okay, okay. We got the O and the T. Now we just gotta figure out what the other three letters are. No S. Okay, that's kind of makes it a little more difficult. Um, You got it. All right, let's get back into it. It's solely horizontal. Oh shit, talking about the word. It's just 5 letters. Yeah, just horizontal. I got what the answer was, or what the question was. Um, Kind of a boring morning, man. I was really hoping price would for a lot of these pairs. I was really hoping price would just kind of wait for us, not move so much during Asia and London. But damn, man. 69 pips. You already did 79. This is the only bad thing about this pair, man. Is ADR has already been hit. Again, EA is one of those. I would love to take a trade on EA. Right on the 4-hour time frame, we had a break and retest. We have a little um 50-50 trade, right? A type 3 pattern where price comes back 50% of the zone of consolidation, and then this is where we want to start seeing higher highs and higher lows, but we don't have that just yet, right? We did get a lower low, lower low, higher high, change of character, higher low, higher high, but this break of structure is not valid, right? I don't like this wick either. If we were using the line chart, then maybe, right, we want to have that wick, but that's not the case here, right? We do have a crazy wick here. Price is just testing. We have the 800 EMA as well. Price just respected the 800. We didn't break above the 800 EMA either. We're just testing it. So right now there's more confluence saying no than there is more confluence saying yes. So this is the only reason for EA that I'm still just not really, I'm not confident in this trade at all. Right, STP has already been hit. We don't have a valid break of structure. Price is still testing the 800 EMA. We're still making lower lows and lower highs. So there's a lot more reasons as to why we shouldn't take this trade than there is, you know, that there is about the other side of it. So we're just gonna be patient. Once again, if EA decides to move today, then perfect. We'll let it move. No rush. It's still only Tuesday. So we'll take these trades towards the end of the week, for the rest of the week if we need to. There is news today as well at 10 a.m. Just one folder though, so we shouldn't really. We'll see what price ends up doing, and then tomorrow, Wednesday, there's news at 8:15 and 10 a.m. And then Thursday we have news at 8:30, and then Friday we have the non-farm at 8:30. So we'll see what price wants to do. No rush. We already started the push down to the bottom. looking like it's gonna be. Can we go over identify consolidation zones and drop with US 30 and other difficult pairs, or do we do it on one way? We could do it here. There's no worries. Again, I would honestly, the reason I wouldn't even do it on a one-on-one, truthfully speaking, again, same thing I said yesterday. Again, if you're still learning, um, I wouldn't even touch US 30. I wouldn't, if I were you, I wouldn't touch US 30. I wouldn't touch gold. I wouldn't touch Bitcoin, US oil. You know, the closest pair that you would get to that has the same type of volume and the same type of movements as US 30, right? If you're looking at currency pairs, would be GBP, JPY. Um, because again, these big pairs, these indexes, commodities, energies, cryptos, they're very, very, very difficult to trade. Very difficult to trade, right? Um, the same thing, right? I'll ask you the question, right? The first zone of consolidation in an uptrend, is it below the 800 EMA or is it above the 800 EMA, Mr. Albert? That'll be your first question of the day. First zone of consolidation in an uptrend, is it below the 800 EMA or is it above the 800 EMA? What's good, Mike? Below the 800 EMA. Okay, perfect. Right? So when you're looking at US 30, right? Where do you see that price started moving sideways? Right? Below the 800 EMA. Why isn't my chart updating? This looks crazy. 800 EMA, come on. Well, you see it, right? 800 EMA should be here. But for some reason it's not loading again. Right? It was a very, very small zone. But you can see in the daily time frame, this is where price gave you the double bottom. Right? You can see that I have this drawn out, right? You can see that everything here, I did a one-on-one on this and I just never deleted the drawings, but this is good. Right? You can see that price was trading higher high, higher low, and then this is where price started moving sideways. It's a very small zone of consolidation, right? And then what happened? We broke out, we got the retest, and then we started making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, up until where? And so then I'll ask you the second question. The second zone of consolidation, where is it at? Is it above the 800 EMA or is it below the 800 EMA? The second zone of consolidation, Albert. Is it above the 800 or is it below the 800? Right, the second zone of consolidation, you're right. Right, it should be either right on the 800 EMA or it should be above the 800 EMA. Right? In this case, it's a little bit of a variation, right? Because we could see that price gave us the inducement and it gave us the anchor. Right? Again, remember, I sent you the rules of my trading, no? Didn't I send you the rules? I know I sent it to Mike, but I don't remember if I sent it to you, but I'm pretty sure I did. If I didn't, I'll copy and paste it and I'll send it to you as well. No, I didn't send it to you. So I'll copy and paste what I sent to Mike. Right? So I just on Discord I just sent you the my rule. Sorry about that. I had thought that I had sent you this as well. Right? So again, one of our rules before we could take a trade, before we could look for an entry, we need to see the anchor. Right? The anchor is going to be a double bottom, right? When you're looking for uptrends, the anchor is going to be an inducement, right? And this was the inducement, this was the double bottom, right? Once we started making the anchor, once we got the inducement, what did price start doing? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, boom. Break of structure of the zone of consolidation, right? So we had push number one from peak low, right? Push number one for zone of consolidation. Push number 2, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, boom, higher high. Push number 2, second zone consolidation, right? V2, right? In V2, then we started making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, boom, break of structure, right? So then we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So again, we have push number 1, first zone consolidation. Push number 2, second zone consolidation. Push number 3 to where we're at right now. So that's it. That's really all it is. It's all the same thing. Every single pair is traded the same way. Now there's going to be some pairs that are going to be looking a lot bigger than others. There's going to be other pairs that you're going to see that we're in a zone of consolidation. Just think about US30. We were in a zone of consolidation from 2021 all the way till 2023. Right? Again, very similar to USD CAD. USD CAD, before we reached the previous peak high that was given this week, we were in a zone of consolidation from 2022 all the way till 2024. Right? It's just a little bit more condensed because USD CAD is a small pair compared to US30. Right? But it's all traded the same way. The visual of the market maker's pattern will always look the same no matter what pair you go in. Right? A zone of consolidation could be a couple weeks, a zone of consolidation could be a couple months, a zone of consolidation could be a couple years. But it's all looked at the same way. Where is price trending and where is price moving sideways? Right? In this little zone of consolidation, which was only a few months, pretty much from March till June, right, of 2020, right, this is where price was moving sideways, and then we started trending again, higher highs and higher lows the entire time, right, up until January of 2022, where price started making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Price is just moving sideways. But it's all the same thing. First zone of consolidation below the 800 EMA, second zone of consolidation either above or on the 800 EMA, right? You know you're exiting a zone of consolidation once you see the anchor, once you see the double bottom formation, once you see the inducement, and then you start seeing price trending, right? We had the change of character, higher high, higher low, break of structure, higher high, higher low, to then continue into level 3, right? We could go into another pair that doesn't have a crystal clear market maker's pattern, but it's not that it's not crystal clear, it's just that right now we're in peak high territory, which is GJ, where again, same thing. We had push number 1, first zone consolidation, push number 2, second zone consolidation above the 800 EMA, and then push number 3 to where we're at right now. And price is still giving us higher highs and higher lows, right? We had higher high, higher low, higher high, boom, higher low, and right now price is just moving sideways. So before we could even enter a trade on GJ, what do I want to see? The same thing. I want to see an anchor. The anchor is going to be a double bottom. The anchor is going to be an inducement. Once we start seeing higher highs and higher lows, this is when we'll want to start taking these trades on GJ. Right? But it's all the same thing. Again, some pairs, for example, like the CHF pairs, right? You noted as like CHF and JPY pairs, they all look the same. Right now for this CHF pair, specifically NZD CHF, right now there is no clear market maker's pattern. There is no clear market maker's pattern, and it's not that it's not clear, it's just price is not ready to start pushing up, right? This is a pair where we've just been, it just looks odd, it looks off, right? There's really nothing here for us to really grasp on, right? So what do? There's going to be pairs, again, I said this yesterday, and I've said this in one of the other sessions that we did a few days ago. There are going to be pairs where the market maker's pattern just isn't present. It just is not making any sense. And that's okay. Those are the pairs that we don't mark. Those are the pairs that you see that I don't even have on my list. These are pairs that you see that I just let go. I don't look at them, and it is what it is. Again, there's 36 other pairs to look at that have a valid market maker's pattern, that have valid moves, and those are the pairs that we should focus on. Right? If you're marking your charts and market maker's pattern just isn't present, like for the example of NZCHF, these are just pairs that you just don't mark. Don't pay attention to them. Go look at other pairs, right? You have pairs like AU, EA, EU, ECAD, GA, GCAD, GJ, GU. All these pairs that I have on our list of 15 pairs that I look at are 15 pairs that have valid market makers pattern. So it literally means you have to ignore some pairs when they're in consolidation, but keep an eye on them, of course. That's all it is. I wouldn't say completely ignore them, right? Because again, if you're in an overall market maker's pattern uptrend, right? We'll use USD CAD as an example. Just because USD CAD was in a zone of consolidation for 3 years, right? It didn't mean that we were ignoring it, but we understand that in an uptrend, when you're at the low of the zone of consolidation, when you're at the bottom, these are called our safety trades. So I wouldn't be looking at a pair, for example. I wouldn't be looking for any trades up here. I would only be looking for trades on USD CAD down here, right? Either at the bottom, the safety trade at the low of the zone of consolidation, or when price gives you the break and the retest, this is when we start looking at it again. But yes, if a pair is just stuck in the zone of consolidation, for example, like US oil, right? US oil, we're stuck in a zone of consolidation, and we've been consolidating since 2022. It doesn't mean I'm completely ignoring it. I just understand that I'm not going to be taking any trades going short at the bottom of the zone of consolidation, right? What do we have to wait for? We have to wait for the pullback. Once we get the pullback, that's when we want to start looking for those trades again, right? To continue that push back down to the bottom, which is what we're looking for on US oil currently, right? So again, it's not really ignoring them, it's just waiting for the confirmations, right? And oil is one of those pairs that we missed an entry on a few weeks ago, right? We had the change of character, we had the break of structure, we had the retest of the 4-hour engulfing candle, beautiful trades. But if you notice, right, prices never really gave us such a steep pullback, right? And it's the same thing that we're looking for now, but you can see that price just, as soon as the market opened, it just wanted to melt. So US oil is not going to give us that opportunity for us right now. So again, it's not really ignoring the pair, but it's more about keeping an eye on them and waiting for price to reach your point of interest to then take the trade, right? And you can see that gold respected that 38.2 retracement. So that entry was given. Again, you know, obviously we missed the trade because we're not up at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, but it gave you a beautiful fib retracement, higher high, higher low to continue into the higher high. So, you know, if we would have been looking at this pair, you know, if we were up at 2 in the morning, this would have been a valid, you know, 208 pips take profit, and then stop loss would have been, just so you guys could see exactly what I'm looking at, right? We would have had a 218 pip take profit. Our stop loss would have been at 73 pips. This would have been the position for gold. Something simple, right? But again, this entry was given at 2 in the morning, so there was nothing valid for us to take here on gold. You can see that STP has already been hit as well at 212 pips. We already did 246. So gold already invalidated for the day. We're not going to be looking for anything else on gold, right? Very similar to US 30. Again, US 30 already gave us STP for the day, so just going to take a step back, right? There's really nothing for today to really be looking at. Oh, you already gave us STP as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 139 pips. We already did 143. So, and then again, EA, we're still just sitting at these lows. STP has already been hit, so this is again another pair where I'm just taking a step back from. I'm not really gonna be actively trading EA. But that's pretty much it, guys. There's really no pairs for today. Nothing that's crystal clear. We just gotta wait for price to kind of calm down, start moving a little bit less than what it is. Again, a lot of these pairs have just been moving during Asia and London sessions, so NYC has been very, very, very slow. Again, unless you guys have any other questions, let me know. We could turn this session into a quick, you know, one-on-one, or not even a one-on-one, but we could turn this into a group session. If you guys have any other questions, if you guys have any pairs you guys want me to go over, anything you guys want me to explain, let me know. Anything at all, just let me know. If not, then that's pretty much it for today, guys. There's really nothing for this morning's trading session. There's nothing really for us here to really take advantage of. You know, could we sit here and wait for US 30? Yes, but again, like I explained yesterday, you know, a lot of us in here are beginner traders, so I don't even want to trade US 30 because again, most of you guys can't even trade US 30 with the account sizes that you guys have. So it's just really no point And again, a US 30 trade after STP, after ADR's already been done, is very, very, very high risk. So I wouldn't do that to you guys. But any other questions, guys? Albert, Mike, any other questions? Any other pairs you guys want me to go over? Anything you guys want me to explain? Anything at all, let me know. Anything at all, guys? Any questions? Any pairs? Any entries you guys want me to go over? Any specific entries that you guys are looking at? Can we continue with the training session on this Thursday? If you'll be available. Yeah, we could do it on Thursday. Just let me know. Let me look at my schedule real quick. Give me 1 second. Um, Thursday. I don't know if I have yeah, we could do Thursday. We could do Thursday right after the trading session. We could do Thursday in the morning if it works for you. Anywhere between 10 to 11:30. We could do like a quick hour session, and we could do that for sure. Let me know if that works for you. Or it could be earlier. If there's no trades on Thursday, then we could do it as soon as we finish the charts. Let me know if that works for you on Thursday. It's 8:28 in your time zone. Yeah, right now it's 8:28. 8:28 Eastern Standard Time. Message me on Discord if that time works for you on Thursday. Literally anywhere between 9:30 to 11:30. My time zone is 5 hours away from you. So you're 5 hours ahead of me, right? Yeah. So if we could start the session at 11. We could do a little 30-minute session, or we could start the session at 10:30 or 11. We'll do like a quick 30-minute hour session. So 4 p.m. your time, from 4 to 4:30, from 4 to 5 o'clock, if that works for you. Your time, just let me know. Still got EA. So let's take a look at, well, you know what I'm also gonna do? We're gonna mark up all these engulfing candles. I don't like this 30-minute engulfing though, because that's a doji candle. But we'll mark up the 15-minute engulfing, which we have here. Right, we had a little small 5-minute engulfing candle that printed as well here. But again, I don't like this red candle. That wick is way too big, so I'm not gonna mark that. We'll just keep it in the 15-minute time frame. And then we'll go over this one tonight during the isolation session. And then I'll also keep you guys updated on how price moves after STP is already hit. It works for me. Okay, perfect. So Thursday, we'll start the session Thursday anywhere between 9:30 to 10:30. We'll see if again if there's no trades on Thursday the way there was today, then we'll start right away. We'll start at 9:30, 10 o'clock, and then we'll do a quick 30-minute session, hour session, and then we'll go over anything you want me to go over with you. But again, guys, that's pretty much it. Unless you guys have any other questions, let me know. If not, that'll be it for today, for today's trading session, and then we'll be back again during the isolation session tonight at 7 p.m. Seems like you guys are good, no questions. Alright. Alright, we'll see you guys tonight for the isolation session. Fucking Discord, man. Alright, we'll see you guys tonight for the isolation session. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Talk to you guys tonight.